So at this time, if you would all please rise, we're going to do the flag salute now. They've been standing there in the sun for a long, long while. Please remove your covers, place your hand over your heart, and repeat along with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Be seated. I don't know if the Marines are going to stand there all day, but I'm going to say, why don't you retire the colors, please, Marines? Thank you. Thank you again to our young Marines. You may not know this, but they've been here since very early this morning helping set up a lot of the team tents. They're going to be serving us all day long, helping out. So we want to say thank you to our young Marines. One of the things that we talked about is surviving cancer. That's a good thing. We have a special young lady who's going to speak to us today. She is a cancer survivor. Please welcome Louise Highland.
Howdy, y'all. If you listen to me for more than just a couple of seconds, it becomes very clear that I was not born in America. And honestly, howdy, y'all is pretty much the only American thing I know how to say. I picked up a couple of words along the way. I can say bathroom, because that constitutes an emergency. And occasionally I can throw in a last and can't. But howdy, y'all is the best effort I can make. But there is one word that it doesn't matter what accent you have. People know exactly what you are talking about when you say the scary word, cancer. I am indeed a cancer survivor, and because of that, I wanted to take a special moment to say thank you to everybody for turning out here today. You being here is so moving to me. The funds that you raise helped my cancer journey, not only in finding a treatment for me, but in addition to that, finding ways that made treatment for me easier. Today I have the honor of sharing a little bit about my story. In November of 2014, I found a lump in my left breast. So I did the responsible thing. I went to my doctor and I told her I'd found a lump. And she felt it and said to me, "You're fine, you have a cyst." So I reminded her that my mother had passed away 4 years ago from breast cancer. From the day she was diagnosed until the day she passed away was a very short 6 months. I also reminded her that my maternal aunt was a 12-year cancer survivor. And she replied, "I have your chart in front of me. I can read. Thank you very much." So I went home with my tail between my legs. She told me if it hadn't gone away in a couple of months to come back and she would drain it. So I waited a couple of months. And then I waited a couple more. You know how life can sneak up on you occasionally? My daughter got engaged. I met the most amazing man. So I waited. And then one day, the love of my life woke up and he was a little grouchy. And folks, I want to tell you, he's not a grouchy man. The grouchiest he gets is when I can't decide what I want for dinner. It's tough to decide between Italian tacos and chocolate. But that morning, he was grouchy. And he looked at me and he said, "If you have not made an appointment to see a doctor by the time I get back from work today, I'm taking you to urgent care." Ladies, they say we are the ones who nag. Men are equally as good at nagging. but I did what I was told. Within 3 short days, I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. I was devastated. It is a true lesson to listen to your body. Listen to your loved ones. If you know something does not feel right, something probably is not right. Take care of yourselves. Do the right thing. Now I have a team of doctors who listen to me and have provided the most extraordinary care for me. They were very clear about what my treatment plan would be. But there are some things they don't tell you about a cancer journey. For example, nobody told me that well over 100 people would see me naked. Yes, I counted every solitary one of them. They also don't tell you that you can play the cancer card. My daughter and her husband moved, and I got to sit in the kitchen in a drug haze, watching these pretty boxes waft past me. I didn't have to lift a finger for the first time in years. It was awesome! One day I was driving down the 405 freeway, and as luck would have it, I got pulled over. The officer did the usual. I'll try the American accent. Ma'am, do you have any idea how fast you were going? And I wanted to respond with, dude, do you have any idea how many drugs I'm on? But I didn't think that was a good idea. And then I saw his face. And I realized what he was seeing. I had just started chemo. My hair was coming out in clumps. And I had track marks up both of my arms where doctors and nurses had been trying to find veins for blood draws and chemo infusions. Without thinking, I looked at him and said, oh, officer, I swear I'm not a drug addict. I'm just trying not to die. And guess what? He let me off with a warning. So cancer does have its advantages. After my chemo, the doctors decided that they were willing to go in and try surgery. The night before my surgery, the love of my life asked me to marry him. I so badly wanted to say no, because I had no idea what my prognosis was going to look like. I would only know after the surgery, and I didn't think it was fair to drag him down that pathway. But he said to me, babe, I have 2 tickets to the end of the line. However short or however long that line might be with you, I want to marry you. I seriously considered saying no. But the ring is so darn pretty. I just couldn't help myself, so I said yes. After surgery, I started the arduous journey of radiation. 8.5 weeks of radiation. In the middle of radiation, the love of my life found a lump on the side of his neck. And then it was my turn to nag him. And I told him, if you don't go to the doctor, I'm taking you to urgent care. Within 3 very short days, he was diagnosed with stage 4 throat cancer. So we began the journey of his surgery and his radiation. I am pleased to tell you that as of January this year, we are both 100% cancer-free. That is a direct result of people like you coming out to events like this, raising funds, and making sure that cancer patients like us get an opportunity not only for life, but to experience love. That would not have happened 5 years ago. Had I been diagnosed 5 years ago, I probably would not have survived longer than a year. So today, I'd like to take a moment to honor, first of all, my co-survivors. Survivors out there? I know you're out there. I would like to honor your strength and your endurance. I'd like to honor the way that you have honored the people who love and care for you, because we both know that there are some days that it just doesn't seem worthwhile, that you fight for the people who love you. I fought for my mom. I fought for my children. I fought for my friends and for the people that loved me. For the supporters out there, the caregivers, you are truly an honor and a blessing. There are days when we cancer patients feel like we cannot do it anymore. You know what I realized after my chemo and my radiation? Is that there were days I didn't remember because I was so well medicated. My caregivers remember those painful days. They are the ones who saw things that they can never unsee and never forget. And they are the ones that gave me the strength every solitary day to keep fighting. So for those of you that are caregivers out there, please know how honored we are and how much we love you. And perhaps most importantly, I'd like to take a moment to honor those that we have lost to cancer. The mommies, my mommy, the daddies, the aunts, the uncles, the brothers, the sisters, the grannies, the grandpas, the lost babies, the husbands, the wives, the lovers, anybody who has earned your love and your respect. I want you to know something. They are here with you today, looking down at you with such pride and such gratitude at your dedication to this cause. They know that their lives have not been lost in vain because you are here honoring their memory and making sure that we continue to find a way to find cures for cancer. Because of you, people like me and people like the love of my life survive. I am so honored to be here today and so grateful for this opportunity. I'm wearing my cowboy hat. Do you know how tough that was for a South African girl to find? I didn't even know where to start. I'm wearing my cowboy boots, and I'm just so honored to be here and to be part of your day. I hope you will enjoy your day. I hope you will find some joy and know how honored we are that you are here, and I hope you will kick cancer to the curb. Thank you.
We all have stories about cancer.